to push down this like little thing so that way like it doesn't make that scratchy noise. So if you push down slightly, it will make that scratchy noise. If like it's not bad if it scratches just a little bit, you're gonna feel like the tension on it. But like if you just go to sit there like it's gonna break it, so don't do that. If you have the white one, you're supposed to push down. So you push down in the center. Look, it's like a little spring. Then it doesn't make noise. Anyways, if you have the white one you have to like loosen it so it like kind of goes loosen it, and then it'll go like slide back and forth. And then whenever you want to make that setting, you just tighten it a little bit, and then it won't move. But be careful with the this one broken. Oh no, I was putting it the wrong way. Okay. Anyways, so the white one you have to spin to lock it. Anyway, so circumcenters. So just try your best with these, and we're gonna move on with our lives after we do them. So for a circumcenter is created by perpendicular bisectors. We did this in chapter 1. So what we're doing is these 3 steps. Period 1 did great, period 2 did great, and then period 3 like lost their mind. So I don't remember if you guys are okay with constructions. I would assume so, but whatever. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make one arc, okay, kind of like half a snowman, half a circle. You make the same arc on the other side, and then we draw the line in the center. So that's literally what we're doing, but now instead of it just being a line, it's a triangle. So it has 3 lines because it's 3 sides. Oh, okay. So we got to do it basically multiple times. So we're going to start with AC. So everybody put your compass. You're going to put your compass on A. So make sure you look through the little hole. Make sure you're not going to the letter A. You're going to the corner of the triangle. To make a perpendicular bisector, and remember, if you put your finger on there, it should slide nicely back and forth. To make a perpendicular bisector, the key is that you cannot have it super close to your finger. You need it more than half the distance of the line. So you could go all the way to C, not past C, but like a little bit less than C if you want to make it massive. Or you could just do it just as long as it's more than half the distance of the line. So eyeball it. We're not measuring anything. And then this is where we're going to make half of a circle. So I'm not going to start right here. I'm going to bring it up. Boop. And I'm basically putting my pencil in that circle, and I'm going to bring it down. So it's like half a circle. So I'm going to bring it down. And then you could continue your circle. I'm going to lift it up just a little bit. So that way it's only the arc marks. So basically it's half of a circle. I just lift a little so it doesn't have that middle section. Or you can make a line, and then if you want to erase the middle section, you can do that. If you are trying to see through your phone. Well, that's why. So we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to move the slider at all. So right now you should kind of like have like these 2 arcs. We're going to use the same measurement, and we're going to move it to C and make the same half a circle on the other side, because we're using AC right now. So I'm going to go to C. Put your finger on C. I'm not moving the slider at all. And I'm going to make the same arc mark above and the same arc mark below. So it should look like step 2 to the right. So you should basically, oop, mine's a little short. See how this one crisscrossed and this one did not crisscross? So technically I made my lines a little too short. So I'm just going to like extend it just a little bit. Okay. But you should have 2 little X's. You should have an X at the top. You should have an X at the bottom. This is from chapter 1. It's a perpendicular bisector of segment. And then we're going to draw in the line using the straight edge, using the ruler. We're going to connect those 2 X's, making a line that cuts the base, the bottom, the base, whatever. We're going to cut the base in half, basically into 2 equal parts. So once you have your little X's, these make points. We're going to use our straight edge, which is the side of the compass, and just connect them. Now you want to make your perpendicular bisector really long. So make sure your line is long. Even if your X's ended up really close together, that's fine, but you want to make the line long. So if your line is only like this long, make it longer. So we split the bottom into 2 pieces. We should be using the straight. The whole point is like, yeah. Okay. Okay, so we made one perpendicular bisector. We bisected it. Now we have to do another one. So we're gonna turn our paper so that way the base is now the side of the triangle. So I'm gonna literally spin my paper. I'm gonna use A to B. It doesn't matter what side you go to next because it's a side. Who cares? I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna use AB. So this is now the base, and we're gonna do the same exact process. So I'm gonna put the compass on one of the points. Doesn't matter. You're gonna move your slider to more than half the distance, which if I look, my slider is already perfectly fine. I don't even need to move it. But if yours is really close for some reason, you're gonna have to push it out. I'm not even gonna touch mine because it's like, what if, who cares? You're gonna start high and you're gonna go low to make basically half of a circle. Now, disregard the lines that are already there because you already have a perpendicular bisector or anything. So they're going to cross. It's totally fine. Don't freak out if your lines cross. So there's one tick mark. I'm going to bring it down and do the other tick mark. So you have realistically half of a circle. It's kind of like a moon, half of a circle. Mine cross with the other line. It is fine. When you have your half circle, you're going to do the same thing. We're going to move it to A and make the other half a circle. Their lines are going to cross. It's fine. I'm going to move it to A. I'm using the same measurement. You're going to start high. Boop, boop. Then you're going to go low. Oh, mine are short again. I'm just going to extend it a little bit. Okay. So you should have two new X's. You have an X here and you have an X here. Where the two new X's are, once again, same step. We're going to connect them with a line in the middle. Do we remember doing this in the beginning of the year? Sadly, it was a great time. So take a minute. Your two lines should cross.
You do it for the second.
So you put it down. You're going to need your arc. This one, so now you see the A. Bring it there. And you're going to do the same thing. From here. No, focus on the close one. And then go down. And then keep going. And you need to put the last one. Put your pencil in there. Nope. Yep. Yep. Up. Up. Towards me. When they went to cross, you just like read it a little bit. Yeah. It's the perfect. You have a point there. Because here, like beautiful. If that's yours. No. Yeah. We can just like this. Nothing's yours. Yeah. Okay. And I see. Now, the whole point of this is to find where the two lines cross. No. Well, else you can have it.
You go for the other one. You go in. I think that's.
Okay, so where?
Yeah.
Okay, the whole point of this, if you did the third side, because we have common sense, if we did the third side and we made the perpendicular bisector of the last side, they would intersect at the same point that these two, right? We understand that?
Yeah.
They're going to cross at the same point. So we're going to put a point here. we're gonna call it P because it's a point, and we're gonna call it P because P's for point. And then I'm gonna turn my paper back around. So that's P. Now the whole point of the circumcenter is that it has congruent distance. The distance, it is equidistant from this center to each vertice of the triangle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the compass, this is the last step, we're gonna put the compass on P. Put your compass on P. And you are going to open up your slider to one of the vertices of the triangle. Because the distance should be the same to each vertice, remember that day we made all those snowmen?
Yeah.
So it should open up to the corner of the triangle. We're going to put our pencil in there and we're going to make a big old circle. If you did it correctly, your circle would touch every vertice of the triangle. Shh, be quiet. Oh, that's nice. That's the best one I had all day. So you put your, I'm going to say it again. You put your compass on your points where the perpendicular bisectors cross paths, and you open to a vertice, and then you make your circle. Your circle should touch every vertice. This is nice. Let me show you one from last class. This is from, I don't know what period this was. You're not a computer. It's not going to be perfect. This was my circle from a different class. Notice my circle did not touch B because you're not a computer. It's fine. The whole point of this is that you understand that the circle is on the outside of your triangle. So we're going to do it again. Let's go to the back. Let's do another one.
I think I did one.
You didn't finish your circle. So let's go to number 3. Yours are not going to be perfect. You guys are children. This is the 4th time I've done this today. Okay, so it's about time I got it. So for number 3 on the back, we're at number 3. The top 3 problems are circumcenter. So we're going to do the obtuse triangle because it looks a little Akko Taco. So we're going to start by the base. We're going to put the compass on J. We are going to open up more than half the distance of the line. This one's a short side, so it's going to be a little small, but that's okay. As long as it's more than half the distance of the line, you're going to swing up. You're going to put a little arc mark, and you're going to swing down. And you're going to put the same arc mark below it. So it's like half of a circle. You're going to do the same thing at L. You're not moving the measurement. Measurement stays the same. So they can just right here. Just go back and forth. Many times.
Go more than one.
Okay. Whatever compass measure you use for J, you're using the same measurement for L. You're not swinging, like you're not changing the slider. We're going to put our finger on L. We're going to go up. We're going to make half a circle. They should intersect. Some of your intersections might be inside the triangle. Some might be outside the triangle. Some might literally fall on what looks like to be the hypotenuse, but it's not the hypotenuse. That's not a right triangle. But anyways, where your X's meet, you're going to draw the line. Make sure your line is long. So draw a long line. You're going to pick one other side to do this to. Same process. I'm going to use L to K. So I'm going to use this side. You have to open your slider because it's a longer slide. So you're going to go more than half the distance. Swing up, swing down. Same as the front. No, your center for this one, if you're like ahead of me, your center is going to be outside of the triangle. So don't freak out when the 2 perpendicular bisectors intersect outside, kind of near the hypotenuse. What looks like be the hypotenuse? Okay, be sure you guess. Okay, you're okay. Except more than half the distance. Yeah.
I would keep it the same.
You do not keep it the same because it's not the same side of the triangle. Okay, LA is longer. So you have to open it more than half the distance of whatever line you're using. What's up, Brian? Yes. When you do it a second time, it's gonna look crazy. Whatever measurement you use for L, you're gonna slide over to K. and do the same thing. For this and this, you draw a line. No, line is good. That looks perfect. Draw a line. Here, I still right. Fine. You guys are not helping. It's okay. Your center is going to be outside of this triangle. That's why I wanted to do the obtuse line.
Yo, this looks perfect.
So you connect your little X's. Where they cross is your point P. It's outside the triangle this time, but that's okay because the whole point of the center, which it sounds weird, it's not the center. It's like the center is the same distance to the vertex. So you're going to put your compass on P.
Is this even sound?
That's literally perfect.
Yeah.
So you put it on P. I can see. Put it on P. You're going to open up to one of the corners. It doesn't matter which one because they should technically all be the same. So I'm going to open it to L. You should see the corner of the triangle, not the letter. And then you're going to go all the way around. Oops. So if you're done with that one, ooh, that was good too. Okay. Okay. Why don't you try either one or two? It doesn't matter which one. This center falls outside the triangle, which is totally fine because it's an obtuse triangle. It's going to fall outside. So try one or the other. It doesn't matter. No, so you go to the corner. Expand one confidence. Go up. Yep, and now go down. Make the same. Oh, no. What is it? Right, or one or two, it does not matter. It's this. It's not big. We're just listen, this is perfect. So now you pick another side and you do the same. Okay, you're just sitting along the wood your problem. Right here, figure. It should technically try to be one more. Ideally. No, that's you. That's it's smoking. No. It's gonna be great. Like gonna skip long. I just kind of ready. We're just trying to.
Wait, so first you start out with the middle and then after that you do what? So give me this and this one?
Yep.
And then X and W?
Sure. Yeah, you have to open up to a first. Okay, so take another like 30 seconds or so. Oh, no, it's perfect. You're supposed to do another one. Okay. Open up more than half the distance from this side. Doesn't matter what that is. I would use L just because there's less margins on that line. But then right now, those things. Now you're gonna come up. You're gonna just like put like R on top. Now you're gonna go down. Same mark on the front. Yep, so go to L, I think we're coming in the first mark. Thank you. Yeah. Well, we've got like perfect ones, you did all from. So where, so this one you just did a little short. This cross. So sometimes your arch might be a little short.
Are you doing number next one?
No, you don't have to.
I can't now. Yeah, this is.
Thank you. Which side?
Oh, no,
I think you do both sides.
No.
Well, this one is. So we're also doing one side. So because it's fall right. Because for right triangles will fall on the right. If we fall, so I don't choose.
Right.
Okay, so
And then you did this one.
it's okay. Listen, we're just trying. It's right. Okay, let's pause wherever we're at. So pause wherever we're at. It's okay. Whatever. We're moving on with our lives. Let's do the next one because she have a quiz today. So on the front, so everybody pause, stop. It's okay. Whatevs. We're moving on. The next one is an in-center. An in-center is constructed by angle bisectors because it's splitting the angles in half. So what you need to recognize is that your circumcenter, your circle is on your outside. What's up? This is not on the quiz today, but it is on the EOC. You don't have to draw them. You have to just recognize which one it is.
Oh.
Yeah. So in center is made by angle bisectors. Okay. So we're going to start by just making an arc. And then when we did angle bisectors, we said our alligator was hungry. So we made a little mark inside his mouth. And then we made the same measurement on the other side. And where those connect, it connects back to that. And that splits the angle in half. So now you just have three angles because it's a triangle. So we're going to do it to A to start. So you're going to put your compass. So everybody pay attention. If you're still working on the back, you want to flip to the front now. So A, we're going to put our compass on A. And now you don't want this really big. You don't want it more than half the distance. You actually want it kind of close to A. It doesn't have to be like super close all the way, but like just like, I don't know, a small amount. We're not measuring anything, just a little bit off of the corner. So we're going to make an arc that goes through both sides of the angle. So that should look like step one. You have an arc that goes through both sides. The next part, we are going to take the compass and we are going to put it on the intersection that we just made with the bottom of the triangle. So we're going to move the compass to this part right here. So I'm going to move my compass, my needle right here. Oop, doop, doop, doop. You are not moving your slider at all. Your alligator is hungry. So you do not want your tick mark on the outside like it was last time. You're going to put it inside the triangle and just put it out in front of his little face. So you have a little tick mark like that. So I put my compass here. And using the same measurement, I make a little arc mark on the inside of the triangle. Using the same measurement, we're not moving it at all. We're going to move it to the other arc mark where we made. And we're going to make the same crisscross using the same measure on the other side. So they should cross on the inside of the triangle.
Yeah, this one seems a little bit harder.
Yes. Do you want me to do it again? Let's do it again. Okay. Let me just erase it. Does everybody have their arcs? Do not erase anything. Does everybody have their one arc? right? Okay. So you're gonna put your compass down at the bottom. Find your little intersection. You're gonna use the first hole, just like always. We're going to make an arc mark just in the middle of the triangle somewhere. We're gonna move the compass from this piece to this piece. So we're gonna move it over here, and we're gonna make the same arc in the center of the triangle. They should cross paths. Where your X is on the inside, you're connecting back to the angle because it's splitting the angle in half. So we're going to connect that dot to A. And you want to go all the way across your triangle. Don't stop at the intersection. Just go all the way across to the other side of the triangle. Now you have to do this at least 2 times because you need 2 angle bisectors because you need to see where the angle bisectors touch paths. So I'm not going to use B because B already has a lot going on from like the previous problem. So I'm going to use C. I'm literally going to use the same measurement as before. I'm not moving anything. I'm going to make an arc that goes through both sides of the triangle. When you have your arc, you're moving your compass to the bottom, and you're gonna make a little tick mark on the inside of the triangle because he's an alligator. He's hungry. So he wants to hold it. See what?
Wait, do you use the top hole or the bottom?
That's closest to your finger. That's perfect. Okay. No, do not make your circle yet because your circle's not gonna be in the same place. Your circle's in a different location. So do not make the circle yet out there. So it's not the same because it's not a circle side, it's an inverted. It's perfect. Wait. Oh, oh, so you're making that like this, which is correct. But you're gonna extend your line. No, it doesn't. You're just gonna connect this point to that. Yeah, but you need to do the other arc. So you can focus here on phone. Make a little sneaky snap in front of them.
Wanna make the circle?
No, do not make the circle. So you put the compass at the bottom. You make a little arc mark inside the triangle. You move the compass here. You make an arc mark inside the triangle. Where they cross, you're connecting back to that angle. Your lines should cross paths. It's not going to look exactly like mine because we're not all using the same width for the circle in the very first step. Okay. The circle part is not the same because it's not a circumcenter. These are angle bisectors. This is an incenter. The difference between a circumcenter and an incenter, when we taught this, these, the hypotenuse were the same vertices. That is not the case for this thing. The heights are the same. So we are going to take our point, we're going to label it P, where the angle bisectors meet. So this is P. Where the lines meet. And this time we're going to put the compass on P, but we're not going to open to a vertice. We're actually going to open up straight down to the bottom of the triangle. So put your compass on P. And then I'm going to zoom in for this step so that way you can see. You are trying to figure out where the bottom of your triangle is. So whenever I zoom into this, if I scoop this up just a little bit, you can see the base of the triangle through my circle. So you need to find the base. You want it to be perpendicular to the bottom of the triangle. So I'm not going to be over here because that wouldn't make any sense. That's not perpendicular. Okay. I'm going to make my compass straight as I can. And then I'm going to find the base. You're going to put your circle, your compass in. You're going to put your pencil in there. You're going to make a circle. The circle will be on the inside of the triangle because it's an in center. Inside, in center. Angles are inside, incenters are made by angles because angles are inside and the center is inside. And the circle is inside. This is really perfect. This is perfect. I don't have this in my perfect lens. So you're going straight down. You are not going to the corner. It is the same heights on each side. So these heights are the same. This is perpendicular. The lengths from here to here would be the same. Don't add that line to your picture. So the whole point of this is the incenter is made by angled bisectors. The circle is on the inside. Circumcenter is made by perpendicular bisectors, and the circle's on the outside. This is my incenter last time. It was not perfect. Okay, it's gonna end up all crazy. It's fine. Okay, let's go to the back and try one more. So take a minute. Why don't you try number 4? It's an incenter. You're using angle bisectors. So draw your arc. I'm literally not even moving the setting. I'm just using the same setting as before. So make an arc. And then you're making little arc marks on the inside. Because your alligator is hungry. And it's on this sweet snack. They're all hungry. Because you already did that arc, now you need to carry that arc, so it's. If your arc marks don't cross, like I'll show you an example of when they don't cross. So if I do this, they don't cross because I didn't make them long enough, because you have to make them going inside the alligator's mouth. So if you go back and you just extend it a little, they would cross, and where they intersect goes to the angle. And you're going to pick one other angle to do that to. You can do it to B or C. It does not matter. Where the angle bisectors meet at is the incenter. The incenter will always fall inside the triangle no matter what. It's not consecutively always on both places. Your lines are going to start crossing and you're going to be like, what the heck am I even looking at? You got to find your new X connected back to the corner. Where the angle bisectors meet, that's a point, which is perpendicular to the base. So you can go straight down to the base. You're going to open up your circle to the base, and then you're going to make the circle should fall inside. Okay. So your your circle should fall inside your triangle every single time, no matter what. Okay. So, just keep this out. If you have spare time and you want to practice the other ones, you can practice the other ones. You obviously don't have compasses at home, so like you don't have to finish this. It's really just notes. The whole point is in center, the circle's inside. Circumcenter is going to be outside. I'm going to pass out your quiz. So if you have your phone out, you need to put it away. And then if you want to practice these when you're done, that's totally fine. If not, that's totally fine. Also, it doesn't matter to me.